I'm joined now by 2024 Ontario Sportsman Series co-champions Cory McAllister and Connor James to talk about what ended up being a little bit of an eventful season there, but you combined to win six of the nine races. So we'll start with Cory. You had carried over that success from last season where your team ended on a three-race win streak. You won this season the first two races, Delaware and Full Throttle, before runner-up finishes at Sunset and Sauble and a third place at Delaware. How would you describe the start to your season?
Came out really strong. The crew, Two Speed Motorsports, completely stripped the car over the winter. Came out of the gate really, really, really strong. Delaware was always kind of our, tough one, but we came out of the gate fast there, got the pole, and won that race. Went up to basically was a home track of mine, Full Throttle. Ran really strong there, and we started to feel we were having a little bit of a motor issue, but we weren't sure. When we went to Sunset, we realized in Sauble, we realized we did have a motor issue, and big thanks to Gary Leach, he got it fixed up for us, and we were still on the podium, so it was a good start to the year. When we went back to Delaware, that's when we got in that wreck halfway through or so, and I finished with no clutch, and I think the front wheels were towed in about 2 inches, but somehow we salvaged a third out of it, and that's all that mattered for a points championship was to be still in the podium and to collect the points that we needed.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like quite the effort there to have to come back from issues in the race and still wouldn't know the difference on the stat sheet. So you had the season rolling there in the Ontario Sportsman Series, but in weekly competition at Sunset Speedway, you were involved in a wreck and got hurt on July the 20th. What happened there and how bad was the injury?
Just got caught up with another fellow competitor, and it was kind of a freak accident the way between the left rear going down in their car and the right front going down in my car. I end up breaking number seven or T7 vertebrae in my back on the 20th of July. And yeah, I thought the season was over at that point.
There was only 1 week from that race to when the next OSS event was. So how quickly was your mindset sort of shifting to, okay, what's next for this race season? What do I need to do with my car?
I got out of the hospital on the 21st about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I went and sat on my dad's porch. We were having a beer and talking about, what we were going to do. And I think it was about 25 after 4. I called Connor and I asked him if he wanted to drive. And he was like, I'm in. And, it was a super fit. Connor came up to the shop. We got him fit in. And it was such an enjoyable experience working with Connor. We kind of drive the same car and like the same thing. And, things just fell into place really well.
Yeah, so for Connor now, I guess you got that phone call, able to sub in. What was your initial reaction and how did you prepare for that opportunity?
The initial reaction was something I couldn't turn up. I felt like, I knew Cory for quite a while, and I said this in a different interviews. Racing is a pretty tight community, and like I said, I've known Cory and the two speed guys, but I consider them friends. But now, after seeing what they did and getting that opportunity, it's more of like a family now. And we had been picking and choosing down through the states with my dad and the CRA street stock stuff, and we didn't do too much racing there. And we were actually at the shop getting ready to head down to Plymouth, Indiana, I think it was. And Cory gave me that call, and I was like, hell, absolutely, yeah, for sure. And that the stretch of tracks that we had left, I was pretty good at Peterborough. It's always been one of my best tracks. There was Sunset, Sauble, and the like Cory said with Delaware, kind of a thorn in the side for me was Varney. But we went there and tested and we were really fast and ended up winning that one too. But I was just very thankful for the opportunity.
Yeah, you hopped into a different ride and certainly hit the ground running. Three straight wins there, Peterborough, Full Throttle, and Sauble. So, how would you sum up, I guess, those races and what were sort of the key to that success?
I mean, the key to it is honestly, there's nothing else but the two speed guys. Everybody just puts the hours in through the week. And I was very thankful. Just Saba was a track I hadn't won at yet, and Full Throttle was one I hadn't won at yet. But I knew all these other tracks were going to be pretty strong, and I know that was hands down the best sportsman car I've ever been in my life, even going back to the year I won the championship. And um, yeah, no, just very thankful. And it was really a perfect year with the two speed guys.
Yeah, and I guess for that, after that, you got those three wins, filling in the 71, and then for that last race at Sunset Speedway, it ended up that Corey could return. So I guess for Corey, what was it like, sort of watching Connor get those wins, and then what was that reaction when you found out, I guess, that you would be able to return to race before the end of the season?
Yeah, it was a big relief to come back. It was really fun right at the end. Me and Connor, we were under on 1-2, and it didn't matter which way it went, but I still razzed him. I got him in qualifying. I know he got me in the race, but no, we have a ton of fun, and we definitely had the two best cars there, and it was a lot of fun.
So I guess for Connor there, you got the opportunity to still run using Corey's backup car and able to get the win to end the season. So what was that experience like, sort of shaking off a different car and then going on to cap off the season with a victory?
I mean, it was pretty fun, man. I said it to Brennan Doherty. He said something. He goes, "You got the win in the backup car," and I say hands down, that's really not a backup car. That thing's a rocket ship. But when Corey got me in qualifying, he was razzing me pretty good. And another big joke was, he has all the surfboards from Sauble, and I finally got one so we can surf together. But um, no, when we were racing side by side, the biggest thing is hell, when I passed him for the lead, I think we were three wide and I was in the middle. I'm like, oh, this isn't good. And I made sure I kept it off of him, and I accidentally hit a lap car. I didn't mean to, but it was a lot of fun. I'm very grateful, like I said before, and I'll keep saying it, but to race side by side with him. We ran side by side many laps last year, and we never touched once, maybe once at Sawball on a restart. I think Corey remembers that. Says he got tight. We'll see what happens, but but no, man, it was an absolute blast, and hopefully we can do some more in the future.
So for both of you, you ended up winning the championship as co-champions, but for both of you, it was also your second title in the series. So how did it feel to win that championship together?
Oh, it was good. I think how hard Connor and I ran last year, and even in 2023, until you had some issues there, we were kind of gone. Me and him were. It was going to end up down to one or two of us. So to come back and win our second one together, it was extra special. We won the Triple Track Challenge, another mini series within the series. We won the Special Event Cup. We pretty much won all the specials this year. So it was pretty damn neat.
Pretty much what Corey said, man. Like, he won the Special Events Cup. I was able to win all three races of the triple track, and get a second championship. It was definitely really, really cool.
For both of you guys as well, well, there's still a long off season ahead. What are your plans shaping up for 2025?
I'm just hoping I get that big inside track sponsorship. That's what I'm looking for. And then who knows where we're going to go with that. But no, all jokes. But I don't know where we're going yet next year for myself. We'll definitely have a car out there. But yeah, I'm not sure where we're going yet.
No, absolutely. Kind of what Corey said is everything's kind of still up in the air. Like I said before, we were mostly down south this year until I got the call from Corey, and we have fingers crossed. There's maybe a guy coming to buy my car tomorrow, but everything's kind of still up in the air, and I'd love to be racing back at home again next year in Canada and close to home.
And for both of you guys as well, you sort of have that experience racing in different series and tracks at the same time as well. So what is it that stands out to both of you the most about the Ontario Sportsman Series?
I think it's just a cost-effective series, to be honest with you. 100-lap races, and it's really affordable racing. It's a good class. There's a lot of respect with the Ontario Sportsman Series group management. Be nice to see a few more cars out, but I think it's definitely a great series, and it's a major stepping stone series as well.
No, I think Corey nailed it right on the head. The cost effective thing is the biggest thing. You're not spending a couple grand on tires per race. You're still getting 100 laps. And like I've said this before, unfortunately, the car count itself hasn't grown, but the competition is definitely, closing up a lot. And it's a good little series. Everybody has respect. It's like its own little family. Everybody helps everybody, and that's really cool. I love the series, and I definitely like to be back in it. But we'll see what happens next year.
All right, Cory McAllister and Connor James, 2024 co-champions in the Ontario Sportsman Series. Thank you for speaking with me and congratulations.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks. I always like to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors. So I'll just run through them quick. NTN BCA bearings, our primary. Strike Energy Systems, Two Speed Motorsports, CM Precision, Caldecott Millwrights, West Gray Auto, Ilium Industries, Nickel Insurance, General RV and Repair, ImageWraps.ca, Dave's Auto Body. If I missed anybody, Elevated Workplace Safety, and Epic Racewear, Forrester Plumbing and Heating. So we always want to get their names out on the off season. That's for sure. Great companies that support a great community.
Yeah, always good to support the sponsors that support racing, and thank you both again.
No
Thanks a
problem.
lot.
Thank you.